Hello everyone, it's Arbakos here, with an actual recorded YouTube video for once, but I'm still using Open Broadcaster to record this simply because, well, it actually records the microphone at a decent volume compared to the game sound over how Fraps does it, and I won't have to mess around with putting the with Audacity and Fraps, having to match it up when I edit it. Yeah. So this is pretty much a little bonus video for the Hearthstone Road to Mage, well, Golden Mage, which is essentially me I'm just gonna go over my deck. Show you the Mage. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna rename this Road to Gold. So yeah, this is pretty much my deck. First off, I got both the mirror images. I really like mirror image. Some people absolutely hate it, such as the actually really popular YouTuber Trump, who thinks the card is complete shit. I like it. I mean, well, that's usually because I always draw it, I usually get both of them in my hand on my first turn, and if you get the coin, that's 402 taunts out on your first turn. Chances are the other dude is not going to get through that. He probably won't get through that on turn 2. I mean, there's just so many, he won't be able to take it out, which is always nice. Next, I got the Abusive Sergeant, which can combo really well with some cards. It can do alright with mirror image, but you know. And that's because the battle cry is give a minion +2 attack for that turn. And if you combine it with something that is Wind Fury, it is just amazing. And I have the Gold Shark Footman, which is pretty much just like mirror images, just a 1 mana throwaway taunt card, but this one just summons 1, and it has 1 attack. So yeah. And then Shield Bearer, which is another just 1 mana throwaway taunt card, but instead of having 1 attack, like the Gold Shark Footman, it has 4 health. Yeah. And the Voodoo Doctor, which is just a 1 mana 2/1, which can restore 2 health, which is nice. Whenever I use the card, I don't actually end up using the battle cry to heal anything, but if you can, that's just a little added bonus. Getting 2/1 Frostbolt, really simple, just deal 3 damage to something and freeze it, which is nice for, say, if there's a warrior who has a really powerful weapon, you can just stop him from using it, which is really nice, and also deal 3 damage to him, but it can also stop something such as the Gurubashi Berserker from attacking for 1 turn, but you deal 3 damage to it, which is not what you want to be. You don't want to be dealing damage to the Gurubashi Berserker. You don't, if it's an enemy, you don't want to be. Then I have the Amani Berserker, which is when he has damage on him, he gets +3 attack. And unlike the Gurubashi Berserker, say if it takes the damage and then it gets healed by, say, the Voodoo Doctor, the enrage goes away. So it needs to have 1 damage always on it, and that gives it +3 attack. Frostbolt Front, just another throwaway taunt, but it's 2 mana this time, and it's 2 attack. Sorcerer's Apprentice, it's a 2 mana card. It makes all of your spells cost 1 less, which is really nice for Mage, which is why it's a Mage exclusive card. And on top of that, it has 3 attack, which, you know, makes your spells cost less, and as 3 attack, really good, early game card, but it can also help you get a Flame Strike out, possibly, in, mid-game. So say if you saved your coin, it's turn 5. You use the coin, flame, and you have this out. If you put this out the previous turn on turn 4, it's now turn 5. You have a flame strike. Flame strike now costs 6. You have the coin, you get a flame strike out. Turn 6. No, turn 5. Yeah, turn 5. Which is, you know, nice. Or you could just go with getting it out on turn 6. Yeah. Yeah. Sunfury Protector. Really nice card. The battle cry gives the 2 adjacent minions to it taunt. I mean, well, sometimes you're gonna have to waste the battle cry, and sometimes you put it on something which you don't want to have taunt on. Like, Questing Adventure. You don't want to have taunt. Sure, it might be 12-12, but... well, possibly a 12-12, but... putting taunt on it makes it... well, makes it one of the only targets that the enemy can actually attack. And if you have a 12-12, and then on top of that it's behind something with taunt, it is even better. But if the 12-12 is something with taunt, it's still good, but not as good as if it was behind Lord of the Arena. Yeah. Then Arcane Intellect, very simple, just draw 2 cards. I only have 1 of them in this deck, because having 2 of them is pretty much a waste. You probably won't need 2. Sometimes you might, but if you... it's a very situational card, and it's just not worth having 2 of them. Having 1 of them in, though, is definitely worth it. Harvest Golem, 3 mana card as a Death Rattle, where you summon a 2/1 damage golem. But the first one that you put out is 2/3. So technically they have to do 4 damage to it, but 1 damage has to be in a different turn in order to completely kill it. It is a nice questing adventure. Whenever you play a card, gain +1/+1. And it's possible for it to get really high. I once had it at 12-12. And then immediately got hexed, but you know, got 12 damage off on him. If I had Wind Fury, that'd be amazing. Just imagine that 12-12 with Wind Fury. Jesus. 12-12 Wind Fury and Stealth. That would be something amazing right there. Raging Morgan. When it enrages, it gets Wind Fury and +1 attack. So, you know, Mage is really good with having enrage, like, things with, because the hero power, which is Fire Blast for 1 damage, you can easily enrage, say, the Raging Morgan or the Amani Berserker or Bashi Berserker, and give it the attack bonus. And in this case, gives it Wind Fury. And what I was handing out earlier with the Abusive Sergeant is, you have this enraged with Wind Fury. You then put the Abusive Sergeant buff on it. Sure, it's just +2 for that 1 turn, but it is really good. Essentially, you got the 4 for being enraged, then you got the 2, makes it 6. Then also has the Wind Fury, because it's enraged. That's 12 damage you can put out in 1 turn from just 1 minion. So that is really nice. Raid Leader, if you don't have this in your deck, you should have it in your deck, unless you're more so focused on the high cost cards, like a Druid can actually have a deck like that, where you have the card which is gain +2 mana crystals for this turn. I mean, that you can get a 6 mana card out on your first turn if you got 2 of those in your hand, I think. 1, 2, 3, no, 5. I don't know, my math is just really off today. But yeah, I have both of them in here because it can be really good, especially early game. And it can also go well with the Questing Adventurer. So you put the Questing Adventurer down, it's 2/2. play the raid leader, then it's a 3/3. And then on top of that, it gains one other attack, which makes it a 4/3. Which is really nice. Fireball. This is pretty much like a pretty much really important spell for Mage. You should have at least one of these in your deck, unless it's a completely like secret-based deck. 4 mana, deals 6 damage. It is nice. Polymorph. Doesn't matter what kind of deck you have. If you're a Mage and you don't have Polymorph, you are doing something wrong. You turn Mini into a 1/1 sheep. It can, like, if someone's trying to buff up a card, it is really nice for countering that. Like, say, someone hauls out a Gurubashi Berserker, it gets buffed up a fair bit, just polymorph it. It's also a good counter for Questing Adventurer. Say it's a 12/12, Shaman will hex it, but Mage would polymorph it. The problem is with the hex from a Shaman, the frog, sure, it's 0/1, but it has taunt. This might be a 1/1, but it doesn't have taunt. You know? Defender of Argus, a really nice card. I love this. It's like the Sun Fury Protector, but when it gives the adjacent minions taunt, it also gives them +1/+1. Just a little bonus to Sun Fury Protector for an extra 2 mana. Senjin Shield Master, just a 4 mana taunt card. I mean, nothing special. It is a basic card. Fen Creeper, I like this 5 mana. It's a 3/6 taunt. It is kind of like a wall. I mean, it doesn't do much damage, but 6 health is fairly high, especially for around a 5 mana creature and has taunt. But it only has 3 attacks, so that's its downfall. Gurubashi Berserker. Where it takes damage again, +3 attack. So the Mage hero spell, which is Fire Blast, deal 1 damage. You just do that for 2 mana. You get +3 attack to your Berserker, which is really nice. It goes well with Mage, but it can also go very well with Warrior. God, sorry. It can also go with Warrior as Inner Rage. It's a Warrior card. 0 mana. Deal 1 damage to a minion and give it +2 attack. So not only will you get the +3 from just getting damaged, but also get the +2 from the Inner Rage. And on top of that, you can also give it Charge, which gives another +2. Sure, you're sinking a lot of mana into one creature, but it is really powerful if you do it. Lord of the Arena, this is one of the taunt I was talking about earlier. 6/5 taunt. Nice. It also works as a wall. It only has 1 less health than the Fen Creeper, but it also has a decent amount of attack. And it's only 1 more mana. Flame Strike, deal 4 damage to all enemy minions. It is a really good card. You should at least have one of them in your deck if you're a Mage. Like, essentially there's a list of cards which you should have in your deck for every class. Flame Strike is somewhere at the top of the list for Mage. Archmage Intonitus, legendary. I got it from a free pack. I was really surprised I got it. Yeah. 7 mana, 5/7. That's decent on its own, right? But then, whenever you cast a spell, put a fireball in your hand. So that's one of these, which is 6 damage. So essentially, if you have this out, you could cast Frostbolt, and then you immediately get a fireball. And then you cast that fireball, immediately get another fireball. That one, cast the fireball, another fireball. Fireball, another fireball. If you polymorph something, where's polymorph? I think it's up here. You get a fireball. Play Mirror Image, you get a fireball. essentially, with Mirror Image, it also goes well with that, where 1 mana spell, you get a Fireball. It also works well for buffing up the Questing Adventure, as well as giving it something which to defend it. So, and then finally the Stormwind Champion. It's 7 mana, 6/6, but all other minions. No, all their minions have +1/+1. Essentially, it's Rayleader on steroids. That's pretty much what it is. Because it can not only can actually deal damage itself, but also gives minions that +1 extra health. So yeah, that is my Road to Gold Mage deck. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this explanation, not exclamation. I wasn't shouting. Hope you enjoyed the video on my deck. And I'll maybe see you in Hearthstone. Wish me luck on my road to the Golden Mage. Goodbye.